Hello everyone, this is Sunny from Planeus. Today I want to talk about production itself. So from our experience, many managers describe production as a black box, something they know is critical but cannot always see through or understand the current situation very quickly. And that black box has created tension between management and operations. Often, management wants clarity while operations deal with uncertainty. When the management asks for answers, the operation often have to say, "We will see what we can do." Following are some of the examples of the often seemingly simple questions that a management would ask. For example, why are we behind schedule? Where is the bottleneck? What is at risk this week? But to operation, these are not simple questions to answer. And this is usually why. So to get one answer, the question has to go through multiple layers. For example, plan managers, supervisors, planners, and then planner has to go through multiple Excel spreadsheets and then check the plan. And then also have to ask the operators ask the operation team, and the operation team will discuss with the operators. And then at the end, probably, there will be answer back to the planner. So in this case, the issue is not about the information does not exist or they can't answer the question. Instead, it is because it's too fragmented and it's too slow to reach to people who knows it. But now with AI, we can simplify this model. Instead of going through layers, management can ask AI directly, where AI interprets the production that is constantly updated by planners and operators, and it gives you an answer with context. So rather than waiting for the answer to reach back to you, when it's probably already outdated, you will instantly know what is happening in simple, easy to understand languages. So let me show you what it's looked like in practice. At the moment, we have a toy car production plan. This is the kind of view a planner would normally see in a planning system. You have multiple colors for different Gantt chart bars, multiple timelines, and all kinds of planning details behind them. And even though what we're currently having here is probably one of the most intuitive planning and scheduling system, for someone who is not a planner, it can still be difficult to read and understand quickly. So instead of asking a planner every time, let's start with a very simple management question for the AI. Which order is currently behind schedule and why? So now the AI is looking into the current production plan and explains what is driving the delay. So already the AI is able to see that, hey, there are two conflicts that is driving the delays. It can also identify which resource is constrained and whether the issue comes from a bottleneck, an emergency stop, or maybe some problem that is not about production. Now, because the AI is also able to see the upcoming plan, I can ask a question about the future. For example, which customer project needs attention next week? So now I'm actually able to see what kind of conflicts do I have in the next week. For example, we're able to see we have conflict here, we have a conflict here. This is very helpful for not just a production planner as well as for a manager to understand, hey, there may be problem on some of these customers. So this gives me as a manager more time to prepare and even start customer communication early while the risk is still manageable. And moreover, the management can also ask AI for broader guidance when they are considering about future in improving the production capacity. For example, I could ask the AI, what do you recommend the option for expanding the capacity of one of my production resource? So now it's able to tell me that the pack station might need some consideration when we want to expand production scales. And because AI is working in a limited and relevant set of planning data, the risk of mistakes or hallucination is actually lower. And the answer can serve as a strong starting point for management discussion when capacity expansion becomes a topic in the development of the business. So at the end, it's not about hyping AI, but it's about using AI to break the black box of production and make it more accessible and understandable to the rest of the organization. Your factory is no longer something hidden behind a closed door, understood only by operators, supervisors, or planners. It should become understandable to management and other stakeholders who need to quickly understand what is happening, why is it happening, and what the impact would be. And that is how AI can help turn production from an isolated system into a shared source of understanding. Thank you very much and have a nice day.